Ezra Levant here for Rebel News. I've got great news for Tommy Robinson supporters. Last night at around 1 a.m., Tommy Robinson was released from police custody on bail. He will not be detained in advance of any hearing into the question of what happened at the St. Pancras train station a week ago. You might recall that Tommy Robinson was attacked by a man in that subway station. It was really a random event. Some belligerent drunk identified Tommy and thought he'd take a run at the guy. Tommy repeatedly told him to back off, told him to get away. The man advanced, and at the last moment before Tommy himself would have been struck, Tommy engaged in self-defense, and bam, down went the aggressor. Hard though, and in fact he was knocked unconscious, had to go to the hospital. Tommy immediately called police to report what happened, had his lawyer call police the next day. The media said Tommy had absconded and fled. That's a lie, of course, as you've come to expect from the regime media. Tommy had pre-existing business obligations abroad, including some international media interviews, but he cut his travel short to come back in an arranged meeting with police. He had that interview last night at the police station after stepping off the plane. Tommy's lawyer was with him, and the surveillance footage from the St. Pancras station was reviewed. And I can only surmise that that is why Tommy Robinson is a free man today, because his story has been corroborated by the footage. The TV cameras do not lie. Now, I have not seen those cameras myself, but I think it behooves the government that has been tweeting about Tommy Robinson and leaking information about Tommy Robinson, that the least Keir Starmer's government should do is release the CCTV, release the surveillance footage so people can see what really happened. And the fact that Tommy is not in jail, he didn't even have to go to court. I assumed that he would be in court today. That's why I actually came to the UK. I thought I would be live tweeting from the court and doing videos from the court. No need for it. He was released last night, which is a relief to him and his family, of course. Now, that doesn't mean that the charges are dropped, although it certainly suggests they should be. Am I right? But the fact that Tommy Robinson, who is in the mind's eye of the government, the most hated man in the UK, they hate him. Of course, for every politician who hates him, 100 patriots love him. The fact that he was released last night tells you all you need to know. I don't know enough of the legal fine points in the United Kingdom, but I know where I come from in Canada, which is a similar legal system. The burden of proof is on the prosecution to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that any offense had both the act, knocking a guy out, and the criminal intent. That just doesn't exist here. Tommy Robinson was not looking for trouble. The opposite. He was trying to get away from trouble, a belligerent drunk, as I've reported to you before. Last year in London alone, there were 940,000 crimes reported to police. Of course, most people in London don't even bother reporting minor crimes to police anymore. So this was a crime perpetrated against Tommy, who acted in self-defense. No jury would convict, and like I say, the cops let him go last night, which tells you they know the evidence is flimsy. The media, though, were having a feast, and the prosecution and police won't let him go easy, because they'll find anything. It's like Lavrenti Beria, the Soviet secret policeman who said, "Show me the man and I'll find you the crime." I regret that in two-tier justice United Kingdom, Tommy will still have some fighting to do, but I feel great. I'm about to hop in a cab and go up to Bedfordshire to interview him, and I'll publish that later, but I just wanted to tell you the good news now. So the headline again, last night at 1 a.m., Tommy Robinson received bail, is released from police custody, is free to go. And all I have to say is release the surveillance tapes. Unfortunately, we still got to pay the legal bills, not just for the excellent work yesterday by the lawyers, but if this thing actually does go to trial, which I'm sure it will. If you want to help Tommy's legal bills, go to SaveTommy.com. We're crowdfunding it. Like I say, the process is the punishment with Tommy. The government tries to impose costs on him in the form of stress and burning up his time and distracting him. We can't do anything about that, but we can lift the burden of the legal fees off him. If you believe in that, go to SaveTommy.com. All right, I'm going to get in the cab now and go and interview Tommy himself.